partying like it was, well, 1999. Laker fanatics seemed ready to celebrate straight through the 1999-2000 hoop season with a new age coach and their new arena.
I only moved with trepidation. I was kicking and screaming and holding on to little pieces of the Forum, and they were dragging me away. The Forum had become home.
So long, fabulous Forum. Hello, Staples Center.
I was kind of glad when we got into the Staples Center because it was a new building, a building I could help create my own history in. The Forum just had too much history and we could just never get over the hump. But once we got to the Staples Center, we can breathe now, we can have a good time.
And then came Phil, sporting 6 championship rings from his Chicago coaching days.
We had Shaq and we had Kobe, and we weren't winning championships. And that was really getting on my nerves. I was getting very itchy about it. And so we thought, let's go for a tried and proven coach, somebody that won a lot of championships. Let's see if he's available. And of course, he was.
We always went to the Western Conference Finals, but couldn't quite get over the hump. So I felt we needed somebody that's been there and done that.
When Phil came to the Lakers, it was just like, oh, we can ready to win now. And everybody just kind of perked up and had a little pep in their step.
Driven by Kobe and Shaquille, LA powered to 3 double-digit winning streaks. During one of them, Shaq scored in 61 points on his 28th birthday.
Slam dunk, standing ovation, beautiful play, slam dunk.
His highest total ever. Meanwhile, rookie Devin George from Division III Augsburg College earned his Lakers stripes the hard way.
I had to carry gym bags, Gatorade every day. I had to go get food. I had to bring all kinds of stuff to the plane before we took off. I mean, it seemed like we had a lot of veteran players, so everybody needed help. Rook, I need help with this, and you finish that. Rook, I need help with this. Somebody else needs help, so you find yourself running around. But it was all in fun.
The purple and gold cruised to an NBA best 67 wins, but their dreams nearly crushed in the conference finals.
The one that everybody remembers the most, I think, is the game against Portland. And I think we were down something like 15 points in the fourth quarter, and it just seemed like we weren't going to make it.
We was down in Portland, and we probably should have lost that series, but he called the timeout and said, let's go, with a calm face, and then the guys knew that what we had to do.
I remember Phil Jackson saying that Shaq will get his. You use him as a decoy. If there's shots there, you guys got to take the shots.
I remember us just talking in a timeout about executing. Everybody was really calm. Nobody was really rattled. It was just kind of like, this is the situation that we're in. We want to win by any means necessary, win at all costs. So it's not time for us to drop our heads.
That was a heart check, gut check. How bad do you really want this? You're not going to let this happen in your own house. And finally, that voice of let's go, that competitive voice, it finally tapped in and guys started to wake up.
Robert Horry and B. Shaw. Those guys, they got it going. Once they got it going from the outside, it just opened the floodgates.
But Portland actually came back in the sense that they like, hold on now, it's not going to be that easy. But we knew if we just could do something. We still, one more thrust. The alley-oop was there. It sent the final message, the final statement that this is our game. No matter what you're going to do, this is ours.
It was a special moment. It was a special moment, and that set us off on a nice run.
It was because of his confidence, and it was because of the way he handled the players that we were able to get over that hump. Without him, we probably would have lost in the Western Conference Finals again.
That was the point at which everybody realized that the combination of Shaq, Kobe, and Phil Jackson could win as many championships as long as they would work towards that end together.
2 weeks later, the Lakers captured their first world championship in a dozen years, defeating the Larry Bird-coached Indiana Pacers in 6 games. And how sweet victory tasted. For the people of Los Angeles, who waited more than a decade to toast their team's newest, shiniest NBA trophy. For Shaquille O'Neal, who earned Series MVP honors. And for that once upon a time, little-known rookie from oh-so-tiny Augsburg College.
For me, it was a great experience, and I think I appreciate it, but not as much as the guys that have been through the league 6, 7, 8 years.
On the first day of summer in 2000, 250,000 Angelenos celebrated the Lakers' defeat of the Indiana Pacers. Their first world title in 12 years. Not among them, the man who built this and other Laker championship teams, Jerry West, utterly exhausted, pondering his future with the team.
Well, I'm beginning to understand, how he felt, why he looked and why he acted the way he did. And I'm hopeful that, 15 or 18 years from now, if I'm still fortunate enough to be in this business, my assistant doesn't walk into my office with the lights out and see me sitting behind a desk, with bloodshot eyes, whispering on a day after you win a championship, which is how Jerry acted, the day after we won the first championship here in Los Angeles, I believe in the year 2000.
Jerry, he's just intense. It's kind of a shame that he can't sit back and enjoy what he has accomplished. But he is what he is, and what he is forces him to work at it so hard that he's by far and away the most successful person in the world at it.
2 months later, Jerry West, Mr. Clutch, architect of Showtime and other Laker dynasties, 7 world titles as a player, coach, and GM in 40 years with the only pro team he's ever known, resigned.
It was the love of my life, I'll tell you that, for a number of years, and then all of a sudden I think the closeness of it probably didn't set very well with me. It was fun to watch incredible teams play selflessly, but it also was painful for me. I just got to the point where I couldn't even watch games knowing we had the better team. I couldn't watch the games. So it was kind of bittersweet when I left, but the best thing I think I've ever done in my life.
New GM, Mitch Kupchak's first move, trading Glenn Rice and Travis Knight in a 4-way deal, bringing power forward Horace Grant and center Greg Foster to LA. And Jerry West's last draft as Laker GM.
Mark Madsen of Stanford University.
Madsen's nickname, Mad Dog.
Well, I guess it just started in elementary school. My PE teacher, Mr. Cornell, had given nicknames to everybody in the class, and he hadn't given me a nickname yet. And so he one day just started calling me Mad Dog. Then all my friends called me that, and to this day, everybody in the basketball world calls me that.
And Mad Dog, an instant hit with teammates.
As a rookie, we were in one of our first preseason games, and Shaq looks at me and says, "Okay, Mad Dog, it's time for you to do a rap." Rap, for me, doesn't come out naturally. And so, hey, Shaq looked at me and said, rap. I tried to do something, and most of the guys laughed, but it was fun.
Kobe Bryant, newly engaged, now living on his own in Pacific Palisades, while Shaq arrived to camp newly heavier and out of shape. Even with point guard Derek Fisher sidelined for 62 games after foot surgery, and Kobe and Shaq hobbled by injuries, LA won the final 8 games of the season to finish 56-26. 11 less wins than last year, sure, but enough to capture the Pacific Division. And what happened next? The greatest run in NBA playoff history. A sweep of the Portland Trail Blazers, followed by the Sacramento Kings, and then, in the conference finals versus the San Antonio Spurs, another sweep, powered by Kobe and Shaq.
I can remember them, each round, one of them taking over. The first round, Kobe would take over, Shaq would kind of sit in the background, and it was kind of Kobe's time to do his thing. The next round, Shaq had the advantage, and Kobe kind of made the passes and sat back. And I think they just, each round, until we got to the finals, then it was Shaq just dominating. I think they just took turns each round, one of the two.
LA's only speed bump in their race for back-to-back world titles, a shocking 107-101 overtime loss in Game 1 of the NBA Finals to Allen Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers at the Staples Center.
I felt like that was our best year because we came together as a team. There was no bickering, we played well together, and we enjoyed each other.
For his effort, Shaq named Finals MVP after averaging 33 points and 15 rebounds a game. And 2 days later, the second Laker victory celebration in 2 years.
Can you dig it? On the way to the game, I was listening to Old School, and DJ Rob Bass and Easy Rock, they had that song, It Takes Two. So at that time we had 2 rings. I just wanted to go out there and have fun. But Mark Madsen messed it up with that dance he did. I'll let you look at it right quick. That was the worst dance I've ever seen by a man in the history of all dancing.
That had to be the funniest thing. His dancing was so bad it was good.
I'm doing what I normally do when I'm at a dance. I'm kind of getting my groove going and whatnot. And then all of a sudden the next day I'm getting phone calls from my friends telling me that I had some nice dance moves out there.
You know, that's what it's about. You know, if you win the championship, just have fun and party and, you know, who cares what you look like? You just got a championship.
On September 11th, 2001, the Southland felt the sting of a tragedy that took place 3,000 miles away. The Lakers' exhibition to Japan canceled, and dreams of winning a third straight NBA title seemed less important. Purple and Gold started the 2001-2002 season red hot, winning 16 of 17 games. Then, before a game in December, a jarring moment. Chick Hearn, who for 5 decades called a record 3,338 straight Laker games, underwent heart bypass surgery.
I think he knew that he was on a downward path. He never said much about it, but you could see that his health was failing. However, he overcame all these serious illnesses.
To a standing ovation, Chick returned 4 months later, ready for the postseason. The Lakers finished 58-24, seeded third behind new royalty in the Western Conference, the Sacramento Kings.
We wasn't really worried about where we were seated. We just felt that it was going to be tough, but we felt that we can overcome it and get it done.
In the playoffs, Big Shot Rob canned a three-pointer with 2 seconds left to help sweep Portland.
I look at it like this. You got a lot of stars on the team, and some guys have to take back seats, and I felt like I had enough talent to be a star on the team, but if you can make that shot at the end of the game, that's all people ever remember. So that was my time to shine and be a star. That's why I wanted the ball.
I've been knowing Robert for a long time. He's been doing that for a long time, and when the ball was in his hand at those moments, it wasn't a doubt in my mind that the shot was not going to go in. I knew the shot was going to go in.
Then a Donnybrook of a conference finals against the Kings, still fuming after Phil Jackson called Sacramento a city of semi-civilized rednecks. Game 4 back at the Staples Center. LA clawed back from a 24-point deficit, capped by Robert Horry's last-second heroics, again, tying the series.
It seemed like the game was over and that we had in fact lost it. When the ball went up and then I saw Vlade slap at it, I thought for sure the game was over.
And it was the first thing that went through my mind. Just knock the ball down on the floor and time is going to expire. It was left, it was maybe 2 seconds left.
Vlade tapped it out. The game's on the line. Last couple seconds, you just knock the ball down the other end of the floor.
And that's what I did, but Robert was in the wrong spot for me.
I looked at Horry and I couldn't believe he was in the right position for that shot. He was standing there essentially waiting for the ball, and he was ready for it and hit it.
He's just been doing it his whole career, man. He finds himself at the right place at the right time, and we called him kickstand. Because, whenever he spots up to shoot, his right foot will kind of come up. It'll look like a kickstand. And if he has time to get that kickstand set, he's not going to miss.
I love the shot from above the arena. after I make the shot, and the arena just erupts. It sends chill bumps down me every time I see it in the sea. I think one of the ball boys streak across the floor. It's just so many things happen in that moment. It makes it fantastic.
And Game 7, a battle for the ages at the very unneighborly Arco Arena.
Man, that was, I'm telling you, I was nervous. I was scared. It was so many emotions going through. Before that game, Shaq just said, hey, just put it on my back. We're going to the next step. Just let me carry you there. And I was relieved that we got that thing done.
The NBA Finals against Coach Byron Scott's New Jersey Nets seemed, well, pretty easy.
It was just too much Kobe, too much Shaq. And they had some guys that understood what winning was all about. And we just didn't, we didn't have that yet. You know, we were just learning what it was to be successful as a team.
The Lakers swept. Shaq earned a third straight series MVP, Phil his 9th title as coach, and LA joined the Minneapolis Lakers, Celtics, and Bulls as the only three-peat teams. These finals also marked the last Laker broadcast for Chick Hearn, who passed away 2 months later at the age of 85.
Chicky, I got one last thing to say to you. We're not gonna let you go, buddy. You'll always be here with us. You're the driving force behind us. Thank you.
For 40 years, Francis Dale Hearn remained the voice of the Lakers.
And the Jello's jiggling.
To many Angelinos, Chick was and always will be the soul of the Lakers.
I dedicated my life years ago to bringing you as good a broadcast of the Los Angeles Lakers as I possibly could. And we will have many years to come, I hope, and we will have many championships to celebrate.
In the spring of 2005, one could just imagine Phil Jackson at his Montana home. The Zen Master, contemplating the next move in his life. Where should I coach now? NBA owners jockeyed for Phil's services. Who would? For a coach with 9 championship rings. But in the end, the lure of coming back home, along with a 3-year, $30 million deal, proved too strong for the once and future Laker. And on June 14, 2005, Phil Jackson named LA's head coach.
It's going to take some time, but we do think we can make some changes that will really benefit this team, and we can get back on track and get into the playoffs again.
And so began the second Lakers stint for this coaching guru, one of the most successful and unconventional motivators the NBA has ever known.
Obviously, you can't argue with his success and what he had done with the Bulls. But when he got here, he gave everybody books. He had us do yoga, Tai Chi, and meditate. And you would think have nothing at all to do with the game of basketball. But what started to happen was we started to become mentally tougher. And whether that was the reason or not, we started to believe it after, we ran off 16 games in a row, and then we ran off 19 games in a row, and then I think we came back and ran off 16 in a row again. At that point, it was kind of like, well, what he says goes.
One Sunday afternoon, we had a game. We walked in the locker room, and we were like, what's that smell? Somebody smoking? And it was Phil. He had some kind of root.
He would burn this stuff, and he would say that it was getting the demons out and, and all the bad vibes out.
And that's like one of the memories that stays in my mind, that nobody ever comes in the locker room lighting a root and trying to get the demons out the locker room. I thought it was hilarious, but we went on a winning streak after that.
Laker faithful needed a little inspiration after last season's subpar effort. Just 34 wins, missing the playoffs for the first time in 11 years. It began with their lottery pick.
The Los Angeles Lakers select Andrew Bynum from St. Joseph's High School in McCutcheon, New Jersey.
High school phenom Andrew Bynum, the youngest player ever drafted. And who better to teach this young man the subtle art of the center than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Phil Jackson's first mandate back at the helm, allowing Kobe to turn it loose. Kobe complied. A scoring machine from the opening game last-second heroics against the Denver Nuggets.
It'll be Kobe. Kobe for a deuce, and the win, he got it! Kobe and the Lakers survive and escape, take the opener on a successful return to the sideline for Phil Jackson.
In December, a career-high 62 points in only 3 quarters versus the Dallas Mavs, helping carry LA to a respectable 14-11 record.
Kobe had 30 points there in the third quarter. Did you know that you had to get your record, your career high, in that third because you weren't going to play in the fourth?
I became mindful of it once the crowd started kind of getting behind it. My teammates started pumping me up. And then I just fed off of the crowd and got a big 3 there at the end.
Reluctant to make any predictions initially, Phil's goal for the 2005-2006 season soon became make the playoffs. A pretty modest goal, by Lakers standards anyway. Without Shaq or another bona fide go-to player, Phil and Kobe needed each other more than ever. The buzz around Kobe turned into mania come January, a month where he averaged 43 points a night. And on January 22nd, 2006, a game for the record books at Staples Center. 81 points against the Toronto Raptors. Second only to Wilt Chamberlain's 100 way back in 1962.
They're chanting your name. This is gut check time,
you know what? It's fun to play here. These are our people. These are our fans. And it feels great to put on a great show here at Staples Center and see if we can't get some more W's in the process.
81. I mean, I'm still marveling over 81. I just can't imagine how a player today can put 81 points on the board in today's game.
To score that many points, it does detract from the overall play of a team. But he didn't have the same kind of team he had surrounding him then, and he was asked to do more, and I wish he had scored 100.
I really do believe his 81-point performance is more remarkable than Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point performance because of the sophistication of the defenses in today's NBA. So to me, what he was able to do, every bit as impressive as a 100-point game.
LA closed out the regular season with 11 wins in its last 14 games, secured the 7th seed in the Western Conference playoffs, and scared the daylights out of number 2 seed Phoenix, taking a 3-1 series lead.
Kobe wins Game 4 with zeros on the game clock.
But unable to seal the deal, the Lakers lost the series in 7 games. A first-round playoff exit. Disappointing, yes, but something to build upon for Phil Jackson's team. A team learning how to win again, with a coach willing to teach them, sometimes in the most unusual ways. Night and day. It's as simple as that. Leading up to the 2007-2008 season, the Lakers seemed to be spiraling downward in a bit of a tailspin. Kobe wanted to be traded as the verbal sniping escalated.
We came in with the mindset that we're gonna compete, we're gonna play hard, we're gonna try to win, and hopefully Kobe will be with us. Luckily for both parties, Kobe and the Lakers, it worked out to they were able to get back together.
Fast forward to the start of the 2008-2009 season. Smooth sailing all the way. Coach Phil Jackson and Kobe praised their newfound arsenal of talent, including all-star Paul Gasol, just as visions of coming oh so close to another NBA title danced in their heads. This is how the 2008-2009 season began, in this diary of a Laker championship. October 28th, the Lakers win their season opener against the Portland Trail Blazers, 96-76 at the Staples Center. December 25th,
Let's go defense!
the Lakers avenge their 2008 NBA Finals loss with a 92-83 win over the Celtics, ending Boston's 19-game winning streak. February 2nd, Kobe Bryant pours in 61 points against the New York Knicks.
Kobe Bryant has now scored more points than any other player at Madison Square Garden.
I don't know what to say, man. That's awesome. It's a blessing.
February 8th, the Lakers end the Cavaliers' 23-game home winning streak. One of Cleveland's 3 home defeats all season long, playoffs included. March 12th, the Lakers clinched the Pacific Division title with a 102-95 win over the San Antonio Spurs. April 14th, the Lakers end their regular season with a 125-112 victory over the Utah Jazz for their 65th victory, third highest in team history.
65 wins, great regular season. Now it's the second part of the season, the playoffs. How high is this team's confidence right now with home court advantage throughout the Western Conference playoffs?
It's very high. I think that now we got to win 16 games and have no excuses. Just go out there and play the way we know how to play team basketball, play good defense, and I think we can do it.
April 19th, the Lakers play their first playoff game of the season against the Utah Jazz.
But we did a good job. I mean, they kept knocking on the door, and we just never let them in.
April 27th, the Lakers win their Western Conference first-round series 4-1 over the Utah Jazz, advancing to the conference semifinals.
12 to go, and you're getting closer to the ultimate goal.
Yes, we are. It was definitely very satisfying to be able to beat Utah in 5 games. We're ready to get to the next round and wait for our next opponent and get ready because it's going to be extremely tough.
Know what you want to do. Know what we want to get accomplished down there.
May 17th, the Lakers defeat the Houston Rockets in Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals, 89-70, and advance to the Western Conference Finals. May 29th, the Lakers defeat the Denver Nuggets in Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals, 119-92, and advance to the 2009 NBA Finals.
Powell and I have been in constant communication. I mean, there's been times, I text him at 3 o'clock in the morning, be ready to play tomorrow, and then he'll send a text right back, so I know we're on the same wavelength.
June 14th, the Lakers defeat the Orlando Magic in Game 5 of the 2009 NBA Finals, 99-86, winning their 15th championship in franchise history. The Los Angeles Lakers, champions of the world.
We want to introduce you to the 2009 World Champion Los Angeles Lakers.
The ring. That was the motto. It's not just this band of gold, it's the circle that's made a bond between all of these players. A great love for one another. It's a great feeling.
There's one thing that we did all year long from the start of training camp. Every time we brought it in after practice, right before the game, halftime, after the game, we all put our hands in together and we say 1, 2, 3, win. That's what we said every single day. All right, now I want everybody to do this. Everybody gonna do this. We gonna bring it in. Come on, man, bring it in.
Yeah.
Bring it in. On 3, everybody. I want everybody to say ring on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
That's good.
Woo!
No seats to be had at the